Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order tonight. It is 5:22, and the first item of action, we need to elect a township board and a board of finance chairperson. So, someone will make a motion for anyone.
I'd like to make a motion, we keep the same officers.
Okay, so currently it's Darcy serves as chairperson. So you want to make a motion to that effect?
And Darcy, the chairperson,
Okay,
about the same,
all right.
to me, that is enough, but okay.
I just want to make sure records reflect it like you want it. Okay, so Fred made a motion. Is there a second for that?
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Kamer.
All right. Our next item on the agenda is election of a township board and board of finance secretary. Are there any nominations?
I'll make the motion, we vote for the same two officers there.
All right, so to have Glenna be the finance secretary. There's a second, I'll second it. And so all in favor of electing Glenna as the township board and board of finance secretary, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda is the consideration to approve the September 23rd, 2025 meeting minutes.
And I will make a motion to approve those meetings from September 23rd, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the September 23rd, 2025 meeting minutes. Any discussion? Go ahead and vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, carries 3-0. The next item on the agenda, consideration to approve the 2026 Township Assistance Standards and Procedures.
I can make that motion to approve as they're listed.
Visits. Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's this.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
I didn't
Oh,
include
okay.
it. I didn't include it because of the link,
Yeah, oh, yeah, yes.
but I'll get you. It's the same as,
Right.
yeah.
No, it's fine.
It's the one, and I can resend it to you. I just didn't want to print them all out of you.
Yeah, no. This is the
Standards and
assistance
procedures.
standards. Okay. Motion to approve the 2026 Township Standards.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Glenna,
No, Fred already moved.
oh, did he
Okay,
already do it?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, like, okay, so Fred,
And I'll second
all
that.
right, it's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, I missed that. All right. Next item, consideration to approve the 2026 fire protection agreement between the North Harrison Fire Territory and Ramsey Volunteer Firefighters, and memorandum of understanding regarding Fire Station Number 4, and authorize the township trustee to sign both documents.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire protection agreement.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion about that? And nothing has really changed.
Only thing changed in the protection agreement, we obviously updated the dates, and then we updated equipment. The old HME, I think, ladder truck of Jackson Townships has been removed, and we added the two pieces that the territory bought last year, the used ladder truck and the new pumper tank. But other than that, everything, it's the same terms. Same terms and same contractual amount.
All right, so it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the 2026 fire protection agreement between North Harrison Fire Territory and Ramsey Volunteer Fire Department, and the memorandum of understanding. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-all. Next, we have the consideration to approve resolution number 2026-1, authorizing the transfer of $16,401 from the Fire Territory Operating Fund to the Fire Territory Equipment Fund. Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to
I'll second.
approve that.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on that?
I'll just point out that this is, it's allowed by statute, and it will allow you to move up to 5% of our 2025 levy. So 5% totals 16,401. So that's where that figure comes from. It's the same thing we've done every year in the past. And this is also something that all three townships have to agree on and pass by resolution. So just point that out.
Have they already had their meetings? Have they
No.
done it yet?
Jackson is tonight and
Okay.
Spencer is tomorrow.
Okay.
But they obviously have this paperwork.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries 3-all. Next up, we have consideration to approve resolution number 2026-2, authorizing the transfer of $38,000 from the general fund to the Fire Territory Equipment Fund. Have a motion for that one.
I make the motion, we approve that.
It's been moved by Fred.
I'll second.
Glenna seconds it. Is there any discussion on that one?
Again, just a little explanation. I think you know this, but this is essentially our LIT, local income tax money that all gets deposited into the general fund, and then we can transfer whatever amount we want to, essentially, to one of the fire funds. Again, this is something that the three townships agree on in principle. We don't have to have the exact same resolutions, but we all contribute. I think Jackson Township typically contributes about 60,000. And some Spencer are usually in the low to mid 30s, but that's my recommendation, 38,000, because our general fund is, it has a healthy cash balance. So just a little explanation on my part.
Any more discussion? So it's been properly moved and seconded to approve resolution number 2026-2, authorizing the transfer of $38,000 from the general fund to the Fire Territory Equipment Fund. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. Up next, we have the consideration to approve the 2025 annual financial report. I have a motion for that.
I read it earlier, make the motion, we accept.
Fred makes the motion to accept or to approve the 2025 annual financial report. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, and Glenna seconds it. Is there any discussion?
Before you vote, do you want me to discuss it in any capacity? Do you have any questions? I mean, I can, even though it's been moved and seconded already, I mean, I can touch on the highlights there if you'd like.
Yeah, if you'll do
Sure.
that, yeah.
Of course, if we start on page 2, page numbers are obviously down there in this little bitty tiny print. But, of course, going across there, your first column shows you the fund, and then we see our beginning cash balance, our total receipts, total disbursements, and our ending cash balances. And overall, it shows we started with $1,861,752.96. We received $965,290.09, and we dispersed $1,420,357.45. So our ending cash balance is $1,406,685.60. I'll point out that out of that disbursement, a little over 1.4 million, you already know this, but the 2 trucks we bought, those were together, that was $1,109,500. So without that, we were in the little over 300,000 range like normal. So that's why it's obviously top heavy. But since you're the board that votes on those things, you already know that. Page 3 starts the detailed receipts that show, the breakdown of those numbers on that second page. And there are a couple things I really want to point out. Earnings on investments. The township fund, we had $8,609.04. So that's quite an achievement. I also want to point out in the middle of the page, it shows rental of property. And this station was not rented any in 2025. Station 3 at Frenchtown was, and the territory received $3,312 on rentals alone. So it's serving a purpose for the community. It's not really a money maker for us when you look at the breakdown, but it's good for the community, and we're recouping a little bit of expense as we go. Another one on there in the fire fund, we received $18,511.53 in interest on our funds for there. So that goes a long way. And then on page 4, I'll point out the fire equipment fund. We received $44,727.09 in interest in that fund. So for the two fire funds, all told, we earned a little over $63,000 for the year. And that's I want to say a proud accomplishment for all of us, but that's a substantial amount of money.
That's a lot of money.
Right.
And so what are those in now? Are those in the CDs or?
No, the bulk of that typically it's in a money market.
Money
account.
market, okay.
And I think it's every 90 days, we revisit the fee. It's paying essentially what a well, granted there's a range on CDs. It seems to be somewhere around 3.5% to 4%. We're receiving 3.5% currently on that.
And anything in the money market, you could get it out in
It's
2
liquid.
days,
Yep.
right?
One's immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It is completely liquid.
Yeah.
Page 5, obviously that starts with disbursements by fund categories, separates the categories and gets you the totals. Do you have any questions on those? 5 and 6 actually.
What about like it says on salaries and wages? What about the other personal services or employee benefits? How's that?
Okay,
So-
well, we'll have to flip over
Okay,
here.
yeah, it's.
So that's going to reflect your rephrase that, our like tax payments to the Treasury and the Department of Revenue. That's what those
Okay.
Other personal services, $3,162. That's 2 payments or total of 2 for the U.S. Treasury and the Department of Revenue, Indiana Department of Revenue, to make up that total.
So do we eliminate the township like secretary there with like the $5,300?
On
Like
page
with
7,
Jill's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
okay. But it
had
had
a,
the, yeah,
it's in the,
it was on the,
from memory, we approved the position at a much lower wage or something to that effect.
okay.
I have to look back at the minutes. But yes, essentially. Yeah. Any other questions on the summaries there? And then if not, we obviously pages 7, 8, and 9 are the breakdown of those things, which I think maybe we were looking at already for that 5,300.
Like Jill's on there,
Right.
the 53,
Right.
so.
So 2026 will show that.
Right. And then down here, just look at like, it says Michael Byerly non-payroll.
That's office rent.
Okay.
You have to separate what your salary is And any other thing you pay, you know, it's back budget category.
Okay.
You want to go through all these?
No, I was just looking at that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Um, the township system is pretty self-explanatory. And any other questions on the
Oh, maybe I'm,
page?
page 10, where it says rental, $6,200.
Yeah.
That was just 31, wasn't it?
No, that's that. Actually, that's the one that Darcy just asked about.
Oh,
We have
okay.
my name and said non-payroll. That's
For
what that
rentals?
is. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, all right, I see, okay.
It just page 10 puts it in a category within the department. But it's
Okay.
driven from the previous pages. Which is what page 10 is. Page 11 just simply shows our funds and what type of fund it is. So not much there. Page 12 is a debt statement. We do not have any debt. So that's why that's blank. Page 13 is a deficit fund balance summary, and none of our funds are in or have a deficit balance. Page 14 is blank because it's a lease summary page. We do not have lease. We don't have any active leases. Page 15, that shows total. It's a transfer report, but it shows on the left side there, the first column is transfers out. That's where we transferred $35,000 out of the general fund into the fire equipment fund last year. And then we transferred $30,961 out of the fire operating fund also into the equipment fund. So that's what page 15 is showing. Page 16 is the capital assets report. First on that grid, the first couple columns there showing whether it's buildings or equipment or land or things like that, what category it's in. The next column shows the beginning, January 1 balance of the asset. This began with $1,647,554 in assets. The next column is additions. Of course, in machinery, equipment, and vehicles, we purchased those trucks for $1,109,500. So those show additions. And then the next column is reductions. Following our capital asset policy, if we use straight line depreciation, is how those figures are calculated. Those actually have a formula to calculate. So our assets essentially depreciated by $129,471 last year. And then the next figure is our December 31st balance of all that. So it now totals $2,627,583. So just want you to understand there is a accounting formula behind that. It's just not made up numbers. Page 17 just shows that we have zeros for account payable and receivable. Page 18, we must report financial assistance given to a non-governmental entity, which includes the volunteer fire department. So obviously it shows Ramsey on there, Ramsey Fire Department, for a contractual fee of $150,000. That's all that's showing. And page 19 begins the assistance, the township assistance report, which all of it's pretty well contained on page 19 for us. Number 1 shows total number of requests, and the total number was 6. The total number of recipients was 8, so that's how many people were listed in the households. Total number of households that received assistance was 5. then the grand total of assistance provided was $689. I want to point out that there were 6 requests and essentially 5 approvals. There was one situation that was approved, it went through, and then they turned out and didn't need funding once it came down to it. So that's why there's a difference in those 2 numbers. Number 5 then shows that 3 households received utility assistance for a total of $400. And if you jump down to line 7, 2 households received housing assistance for a total of $289. So that makes up the $689 total. And as you can tell, the rest of the categories didn't have any requests. So the next page is page 22, just simply shows that Blue River Township does not offer or have any pension or retirement programs. So we can flip back if we need to. If you had more questions on those disbursements, ask away if there's something that we need more clarification on.
Anybody have anything else? It's already been property moved and seconded, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So all in favor of approving the 2025 annual financial report? Say aye.
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 All right, motion carries 3-0. Is there any other items?
I do not have any.
Anybody else? Okay, any communications?
I don't think I have any tonight.
Have a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion, we adjourn.
Fred moves to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. No, we'll have to sign. Oh.